Let me conclude by just sharing a couple of specifics. Silos. Indiana's a great farm state. You've got some agriculture down here and some ranching. We still have silos everywhere. Federal government, state government, between the feds and the state government, and within local jurisdictions. And so to collaborate really requires new people to step forward, to take the risk, and to do that. I submit that librarians, you are the most unintimidating, you are the most collaborative, you have space and place to call together elected officials, to call together people who want to try to do something but frequently don't get together. Your convening authority is the greatest authority by getting people to do what leads to good fortune. I'm not quite sure who said this. I'd give it to the right attributable, but I've just made it my own. Good fortune is when preparation meets opportunity. Now, we have huge opportunity online. The library as the center of the community, public-private partners, working with community colleges. There's $12 billion of federal funding for community colleges. We've just seen the NTI and RUS funding come down. I serve as an advisor to the Obama USA Broadband Initiative, and I can tell you there's going to be substantial additional funding for the very things that we're talking about. Here's an example. I did a little homework. I went online and found this as an example, and I'm sure there are many others, about a library that collaborates totally with a community college, fully integrated. We have in this city coming up on Saturday, I actually did the research and wrote it down, a library that's opening. See if I can find the actual name because I can promote it. It's called the Holly Pruitt Library at Roosevelt High School. It opens as a library in a school on Saturday. So there are so many different ways, and I've got a few listed here. The Broadband Initiative, I believe you will see a continued availability by the plans that will be submitted to President Obama for his State of the Union message. I believe in the end there will be substantial additional money. And I believe, many of you are probably aware of this, the Digital Village Initiative. This week we had 4 more people sign on, including major companies like Google, to support fiber to every library. And that's being proposed by and to the USA Broadband team with Julius Janikowski heading at the FCC and many people from the White House and others talking about it. More RUS and NTI and USF funding and more flexibility around that. I think that will be part of it. So there's huge opportunity. Now let me go to the technology side. We heard a great presentation about that today. We are now seeing some of the biggest wireless investments that we've ever seen. 4G, LTE, Clearwire with their WiMAX. What are we talking about? We're talking about wireless systems that will blanket this country. 8 to 10 megabits a second. Fixed wireless under LTE capable of doing 40 megabits a second. Obviously, fiber, my favorite, is infinite. We can now deliver gigabit systems or more. Clearwire's coming in with another big, bold move throughout the country. We heard today the example of having a hub, some call it a carrier hotel, sometimes a meetup place, in a library, in a small community. Become the connecting point for these technologies. Go out and ask and you shall receive. Go to the vendors, even if they're not in your community, the incumbents, the non-incumbents, and start asking for the support that we need to have. In conclusion, none of us is as smart as all of us. Libraries as leaders, libraries as places where people can convene, connect, collaborate. And why are we doing that? We're doing it for this wonderful generation of kids whose IQ is escalating far greater than the baby boomers, who are in a competitive world in ways we never thought of. That's what we're doing it for. Learners become earners. Libraries as engines for economic development, for job creation and job retention. Broadband is a part of that. Thank you so much for what you're doing every day. Thank you.